Hello friends, and welcome back to What the Health with Dr. L. And today I'm going to share with you the type of exercises that help boost our immune system and increase our resistance to infections and illnesses. And this type of exercise turned out to be moderate intensity exercise, not low intensity exercise nor high intensity strenuous and vigorous exercise. The studies showed that people who were engaged in moderate intensity exercises for 30 minutes 4 to 5 times per week ended up having half of the respiratory infections compared to people who did not exercise. And even when they ended up having a cold, both the cold symptoms and duration were much less than people who did not exercise. That's because exercise helps improve the flow of the lymphatic fluid in our bodies, and that means that the bacteria, the viruses, and all other toxins get filtered out and cleared from our bodies more effectively. On the other hand, when we engage in high intensity, vigorous, and strenuous exercise, our muscles start competing with our immune cells for nutrition, which can potentially suppress our immune system. But what is moderate intensity exercise? It is that type of exercise that allows us to sweat and puff, yet we're still able to carry out a conversation with another person. And of course, that is different for different people depending on the level of fitness of the person. So a person who has a low level of fitness might require much less workout to reach that level of moderate intensity, while a very fit person will require a much higher workout to reach that moderate level of intensity. A good way to monitor that is to exercise at a heart rate that is 60% or 60 to 70% of our maximum heart rate. How to calculate our maximum heart rate? We subtract our age from 220. So for instance, if you are 40 years old, you subtract 40 from 220, that's 180. That would be your maximum heart rate. You exercise at 60% of 180, which is your maximum heart rate. That means that you will be exercising at a heart rate that is around 108 beats per minute. Now, what are good examples of moderate intensity exercises? That can be both aerobic and strength training as well. For instance, aerobic exercises such as brisk walking, dancing, hiking, swimming, biking. These are all good examples of aerobic exercises that will get us to the moderate intensity level. But both aerobic and strength training or training with weights are very beneficial to our bodies, because aerobic exercises will help us keep our blood pressure down and keep our cholesterol down, while strength training helps to decrease our risk for metabolic diseases such as diabetes mellitus. I personally advise people to do a mix of both aerobic and strength training. So maybe I always advise people to do at least 150 minutes a week. That means that you are exercising for half an hour at a moderate intensity for at least 5 days per week. You can do 3 days aerobic, and in between you can do strength training. So let's say you do brisk walking or dancing or hiking or mowing the lawn or swimming or biking for half an hour 3 times a week, and in between you do strength training with weights. And if you're able to do push-ups, squats, and planks, you can do that. To to get the benefit of strength training, you need to exercise at 80% of your maximum repetition. That means that if you are exercising with 5 pounds and you can do maximum of 20 repetitions, then you need to do at least 16 repetitions for each muscle group to get the maximum benefit from your strength training. And for people who have a very sedentary work style, like sitting on their desks most of the day, or students, I advise them to stand up, because when you're sitting down, that actually increases your propensity for a lot of diseases such as diabetes mellitus, hypertension, low back pain, also obesity, because the muscles are not moving. When you stand up, that increases your energy expenditure by 20% and increases your muscle activity by 200%. So try to consider a standing desk work or a standing workstation, and these are available everywhere these days, and they are not that expensive. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Please do not ignore exercise. Exercise is really important for our overall health and our immunity. Moderate intensity exercise is the way to go for 5 days a week, half an hour. A mix of both aerobic and strength training is the best. And until next time, you guys stay safe, stay well, and stay kind. And please remember to hit the subscribe button and share this information with everybody you know to help spread this good knowledge. All my love.